my name is Lily. I am currently 7 weeks post-op of having the Nuss procedure done. I made a previous video of just my experience and everything leading up to the surgery. So today I just wanted to talk a bit about the pre-op experience and like what we went through before the operation in the pre-op meeting, which we did the day before the surgery. So I had my surgery on June 5th and we went to our pre-op appointment on June 4th. So basically we checked into the hospital, so they gave us the floor and the information of where to go over the phone, and you go and we kind of sat in this waiting room, and then they call you up to a desk when it's your turn and you give them your health card, and they went through information about you, about your insurance company, and whether or not you want to have like a private room, semi-private, all that type of stuff. So we chose to have a private room. We just thought it would be better with it being like my first time in the hospital and really not knowing what to predict or what would come of this. So it actually ended up being quite nice because I was in a fair amount of pain afterwards, and just having a private space was very helpful. Yeah. So basically they take you into a side room where you're able to meet with all the members of the healthcare team that have to talk to you and get information, as opposed to you going place to place to place to meet with all of them. So there's a number of people that came to meet with us, and everyone was very helpful and very nice. I'm just gonna try to give you a good picture of what everyone did. So at first they did kind of like height and weight, and they clarified all my information, like address, name, date of birth, stuff like that. And they had people come in and do lab work. So they took my blood. They didn't really explain why or like what they were checking for with that, but they did do that. Also at that initial meeting, they kind of give you a package just of things to help you with your experience in the hospital and like what to expect. So I have like, this is the pre-op instructions, so it was just laid out like what I can and can't do. So that was helpful. And then this is post-op instructions. So like after, what I can expect in terms of like recovery, when can I start walking again, when can I start doing certain things. So that was good. And then there's also this, another post-op pamphlet that was a part of the package. So it's fairly big. I might try to scan it and put like a link possibly in the description of the video. And then also in that package was this booklet, and it was like my road to recovery booklet. And so basically it has a spot for you to put your own information in it and any information about your surgeon. So if you're like alone in the hospital or you don't have many people with you, like, it's helpful to have that. And then because you are on drugs, you forget a lot of things easily, and so it has a spot to write like questions down, so that if you come, like if you think of a question and the doctor isn't there right away, or like the nurse isn't there right away, you can write your question down and ask them later. So that was super nice. It tells you like how to know like when you're supposed to be going home. It has, so like this is like how they rank your feeling. So you can do like day by day, like today I felt like really crappy, but yesterday I felt better, things like that. Like, did you get up to walk or did you just sit in bed? So you can kind of track your progress, and then like how much food you're eating. So like diet for me when I woke up was as tolerated, they call it. So it's just whatever you're able to eat and whatever you're comfortable with, you can eat that. So yeah, that was a good package to have, and it was just helpful because they kind of throw a lot of information at you during the like pre-op meeting. So everything is in the package in case you forget something. So that was really good. The other thing that we also brought to the meeting was like our list of questions that we had, and we were able to ask all those questions. We asked some of them before, like during the beginning initial meeting part, and we asked some after. So it's really good to come prepared with a list of any questions you have. So one of the people that they had come talk to us was doing the consent form just for the surgery. So they went through the whole procedure and what to expect, which was so helpful. It kind of was like new territory, so it helped to have someone just explain step by step what would happen. They talked about the day of the surgery, you'd come in this place, you'd go to this floor of the hospital, you'd wait in this room, talk to these people, get changed, then you end up waiting here, and then you're gonna go in for the surgery, and you're gonna wake up So everything like that, it was super helpful. So they basically told us that the surgery would be 2.5 hours-ish, give or take, depending on how it went and if there was any complications. And they told us that I'd be in recovery for 1 hour after that. So some of the things that they went over were that there'd be 2 bars put in me and I'd have a bilateral bronchoscopy, so just like that they'd be looking in my lungs, and they did end up actually collapsing my lungs, so I had 2 chest tubes when I woke up. And they talked about how when I woke up I'd have a PCA, so it's basically like a little button that I can push if I'm in pain, and it gives you like a little bit of analgesia, or sort of like a pain med. So that was helpful too. You could kind of control your own pain there with that. They explained that when I woke up I would have an epidural and I would keep that for about 3 days, and I'd have a catheter also, and then yeah, the chest tubes. So that was, it helped me because I was a little nervous to just know what to expect more, I guess. And then they gave us instructions, so like not eating after midnight the night before. So my surgery was at, I want to say it was at 11 on June 5th. So not eating the night before after midnight, not that bad. And then they said to take a shower the morning of, and don't put any lotion or deodorants on, so they don't want anything like near the area where they're operating. So my incisions are here. Yeah. So they just didn't want like any deodorant or anything close to that, because they end up painting you with like a cleaner, something that will kill like any bacteria, just helps prevent infection. So yeah, so that was the one person that came to talk to us. Another person who came to talk to us was a pharmacist. So she just wanted to know if I had any allergies to drugs. She wanted to know which drugs I was currently taking, and we were actually supposed to bring like the actual packages and our drugs with us to the meeting, but I didn't know that, so I didn't have mine with me. It wasn't a big deal because I don't take many. But yeah, we were supposed to do that because she wanted to see exactly what I was on, because they make up your, like, it's called a MAR sheet, so any of the medications that you're going to be on, and they have a list of them ahead of time ready, so that after when you wake up, like, everything's all set. So that's why they wanted to know that information. I'm trying to see if she said anything else. I think that was it for the pharmacist. Like, they just went over the meds and explained what I would be on during the procedure. So the last person who came to see us was someone who's part of the surgical team. He explained who would be putting the epidural in for me prior to the surgery. So something that I really wanted to know was whether or not it was a resident doing that for me, or if it was an actual like doctor who was doing it, and I wanted to know how experienced the person was in doing it. That's just personal preference for me. I guess I wouldn't want to be a guinea pig for someone doing it on their first try with something as big as this, with a surgery as big as this. So yeah, that was a question that I was able to ask with that person. Other than that, I think the only other like important tip or note that I have is to ask for a drug that would protect your stomach, because you are going to be taking a lot of oral medications that are hard on your stomach. You want to make sure that you're protecting your stomach lining and all of that, because it's fragile. So the drug I'm on is pantoprazole. I've liked it a lot, but like everyone's different, so it's just a helpful tip, I guess, to ask them for. So I guess that's it for this video. I'm gonna do my next one, I think, on the actual day of surgery and that whole experience. I did see that a couple of people are watching the other video I posted, so I just want you to know that if you have any questions, you can ask them. I'm open to talking about this. I know that it can be a little scary. I mean, a year ago, I didn't even know what the Nuss procedure was, and here I am. So yeah, please leave any questions down below if you have them, and I guess best of luck to you if you're in the process of figuring this all out. I'm also gonna try to link, I had some helpful links in my last video, so I'm gonna try to put those again down below in the description. Some of it was just exercises that you can do before your surgery that will help with your recovery, and one is a support group for females that I'm in on Facebook that has been incredibly helpful. So yeah, I'll link all that, and I guess I'll see you in my next video.